You were the D.C. bureau chief for the San Francisco Examiner for what, 16, 17 years, and then wrote for the Chronicle for a couple more?
Yeah, I'm getting a retirement check from there. Not much to live in San Francisco with, but I get a retirement check. No, I'm very proud to work. And I wrote about Rudy Giuliani back then. You mentioned him before the break, and I've had my fights with him. But I always looked up to him, like we all did, I believe, after 9/11. And I felt that he really kept New York together and the country together. He was America's mayor, and because he answered the questions, he knew how much the anthrax cases. I remember staying in a street corner interview, and he said, we got this much information about anthrax and this much. Exactly what people ought to do. Just be on the street corner when there's a fire, and there's a 4-alarm fire. Be on the street corner telling people what's going on at that moment. No cover-up, no slow delivery. Give us the facts as you get them. And I thought he was that guy. And then, whether it's booze, it's probably a combination of booze and this crazy Donald Trump affection he has and trusting in Trump and all the calculation he did beforehand and afterwards and what he said about the election workers down in Georgia. It's a mess. And I wish he would. Maybe he has to deal with the alcohol problem, but he's got to deal. Well, he clearly does. He's got to get back together. It's not going to be a great future and all this money he owes. I mean, God, how do you face that kind of $150 million? I mean, how do you look in the mirror and say, I owe that money with no real clear means of income coming in? I mean, it's tough, but he's got to fix the act. He has to fix it.
Have you seen this, Chris? I mean, it's shocking. I've never seen it to this degree. We've all seen people as they get older. They have their moment in politics. They leave politics and they get older and they start to, let's just say, and Donald Trump was saying back in 2016 that Giuliani had slowed down. But have you ever seen such a precipitous fall from grace? I know left wingers have always hated Giuliani, and so that's fine. They have their opinions. There are a lot of people, though, that saw New York in 1993 and saw it in 1996 and were stunned by the remarkable turnaround. There's a reason why Democrats in New York kept voting for Giuliani. But the precipitous fall from that to now is just, it's staggering, isn't it?
I remember being at a bookstore downtown near the Angelica movie theater, that place down the Village, and I kept saying, I'm in a bookstore, and I said, this is the first time I felt safe in New York City. I feel there's not the smell of pee in the subway. I mean, everything seemed to be better. People could walk the streets. The young people in college could actually go out at night and not be fearful all the time. That was Giuliani, the squeegee guys, the whole idea of getting the small crimes. If you can stop the small crimes, you can stop the big crimes. All that theory was being tested, and it has its mixed record. But he really did do the job. And having the point where the hair color is dripping off the top of his head, and this mystery of why a man has fallen. I mean, it's a combination of factors, obviously, all the divorces. Yeah. I mean, I don't know whether that's a factor. I do think it helps to have a great marriage, though. I mean, when you're together with somebody, you're not going to fall all the way. You're going to hold yourself up to the other person's esteem. You want to be the other person's hero. Now, that's just a fact of how people live. And marriage is a good way to keep your act together. I just think so. That's my experience. So,
it helps to be scared. It helps to be scared. It helps to be scared, and Mika keeps me on my toes. So,
well, I agree with that. I think I can see it. I can see it on your show. I can see. I think the partnership works, and I think the idea of having somebody else care about you to the point where you care about what they think of you. And I think he doesn't have that person. I said these really unhappy marriages with Judy Nathan, and before that with. I just think he's had a lot of mess. And by the way, I had my mixed experiences with him. In the Wilding incident, we all knew about the Wilding case where all those kids were convicted of that crime, and then they went on appeal. With those kids, they were innocent of that crime, of rape and all that stuff. They were innocent. He was telling me at that time on the record that we had to bring in the capital punishment for these kids who were mid-teens at the time. I mean, he has always been a little rough edge with crime. But he's also been very good on crime. So, I mean, mixed bag.
Well, there are so many stories like that you will hear from so many people that came across him. Will say that he's been ruthless his entire career as a prosecutor, ruthless as a mayor. And we'll talk about, again, a very, very rough side of him. So it was always a mixed record. It's not so mixed now. It's just bad. A federal judge yesterday also ruled that former election workers Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss, whose lives were endangered by his lies, can immediately push for payment of the $146 million financial judgment Giuliani owes them following their defamation lawsuit victory. The U.S. District Judge lifted the typical 30-day waiting period because of concerns from plaintiffs that Giuliani might try to hide his assets. Dave Ehrenberg, speaking of my wife, she constantly wants to know when people are going to face justice and asks every day, is he going to have to actually pay that money? Is he going to have to pay it now? Is he going to get away with this too? Looks like the judge is doing all he can do to make sure Giuliani pays whatever he has.
It's frustrating, Joe, because Rudy claims he's dead broke, but the civil lawyers representing Ms. Freeman and Ms. Shay Moss, think that there is still some blood in that stone, and they're good at chasing assets, and hopefully they'll find something. But here in Palm Beach, Rudy has a home, and the IRS has a lien on it, so perhaps he is destitute. I've seen Rudy, though, out on Palm Beach living the high life. Does that mean that his assets are hidden away? Perhaps, maybe not. He wouldn't be the first poser to hit Palm Beach Island. But even if he is destitute, he apparently recently signed on to host a show on a network. So even if he does or does not have secret assets, it looks like he'll have an income, and future earnings could be subject to seizure. So either way here, Rudy Giuliani looks like he's following in the footsteps of Donald Trump's favorite lawyer, Roy Cohn, who died penniless, disgraced, and alone.
Yeah. All right, State Attorney for Palm Beach County, Florida, Dave Ehrenberg, thank you so much.